The latest update to Apple's tablet ecosystem has turned the iPad from a media consumption device into a sophisticated productivity machine. iPadOS 26 doesn't just borrow from macOS. It reimagines how power users can interact with iPads in ways that make desktop-class workflows a reality. But the real excitement isn't in flashy animations or surface-level features. It's the quiet, almost hidden additions that are turning heads in the creative, professional, and remote work communities. A new dawn for window management. Multitasking on an iPad once felt like a compromise. Now, the redesigned Windows system elevates the iPad experience to resemble the freedom users enjoy on macOS. For years, users have wanted the ability to freely resize, layer, and navigate between multiple apps without the limits of rigid split-screen layouts. With iPadOS 26, this dream finally materializes. The floating window system is the heart of this transformation, enabling a more intuitive, more tactile way to organize workspaces. Gone are the days when exporting a large video file meant you couldn't use your device. The new system supports persistent background tasks. That means apps like Final Cut Pro and LumaFusion can now export projects in the background while you browse the web, reply to emails, or write scripts. No freezing, no interruption, just uninterrupted productivity. Real multitasking, not just app switching. What makes iPadOS 26 genuinely impactful is how it handles multitasking under the hood. The operating system now allows resource-heavy processes to execute in the background without needing to be front and center. You can initiate a file transfer from an SSD, leave it running, and move to another app without disrupting the process. Notifications and a subtle task progress indicator ensure you're never left guessing. More than that, the iPad now recognizes and maintains window states. Resize an app, close it, and reopen it, your settings are still there. It's subtle, but it brings a sense of stability and control that's long been missing on tablets. The Files app reborn. The Files app on iPad was once criticized for being undercooked and inconsistent. iPadOS 26 breathes new life into it. The revamped interface introduces full column control, sorting options by type, date, size, and tags, and the ability to dock individual folders or frequently used files directly onto the dock for quicker access. Users can now drag and drop entire folders into the dock and open them in their preferred views, whether that's fan, list, or grid. The behavior now mirrors what longtime macOS users expect from Finder. A small but significant improvement is how the OS handles resizing between adjacent windows. When a user drags a window toward another, iPadOS intelligently reveals a resizing bar, enabling real-time adjustments without disrupting either app. This bridges the gap between touch input and precision navigation, something tablets have historically struggled with. The top menu bar, quietly powerful. The top menu bar now resides above each app window, contextually aware of the app in focus. It doesn't try to mimic the Mac version in full, yet, but it offers an evolving space where quick actions, app-specific shortcuts, and navigational tools live. What makes this menu bar noteworthy is how it supports keyboard-driven workflows. Once you familiarize yourself with its options, your need to reach for the trackpad or touchscreen decreases significantly. In creative apps, this feature functions almost like a cheat sheet. Instead of memorizing every keyboard shortcut, users can rely on the menu bar to show relevant commands for each tool. While there's room to grow, it represents a decisive move toward treating the iPad as a serious computing platform rather than a touch-first accessory. The Preview app arrives. One of the most exciting additions is the standalone Preview app, previously a staple on Mac. For professionals handling PDFs, images, or documents daily, this is a game changer. It supports markup, annotation, file conversion, and even real-time syncing with Mac OS through iCloud Drive. More impressively, integration with Apple Pencil enables precision input not possible on a Mac. Need to highlight a scanned document? Circle annotations, text notes, or background removal are all possible within the app. Apple Pencil brings pressure sensitivity to the workflow, allowing nuanced markups. The only missing piece is export flexibility. Users can't yet change file formats beyond what the system auto-detects. However, that's likely to change in the next iteration, And for now, the trade-off is more than worth it. Productivity redefined for professionals. Beyond the flagship features, iPadOS 26 is rich with subtle workflow enhancements. Downloads now offer smarter feedback, showing real-time progress from multiple sources, even from locked mode. This is crucial for creators and field professionals who need to work on the go, often juggling multiple file operations. Peripheral support has also improved. External drives mount quicker. SSDs are more responsive. File transfers benefit from better caching, and long-form files like 4K video are handled with less heat generation and faster throughput. Whether you're a photographer transferring hundreds of RAW files or a music producer moving large multi-track sessions, the new OS treats your device like a workstation. Is the iPad finally a MacBook replacement? That's the golden question. For casual users and light productivity tasks, the answer has shifted from maybe to probably. For pros, iPadOS 26 brings the iPad dangerously close to MacBook territory. The improvements in multitasking, file management, previewing, and app interaction significantly narrow the functional divide. But it's not just about mirroring the Mac experience. It's about refining workflows around touch and pencil input while keeping the door open to classic keyboard and trackpad interactions. In other words, iPadOS 26 doesn't force you to work like a Mac user. It gives you the flexibility to work your way. Conclusion: the silent revolution. While Apple's keynote may have highlighted features like AI integration, widgets, and new visual tweaks, the true strength of iPadOS 26 lies in these quiet but transformative improvements. These are the changes that will matter 6 months from now when a video editor is exporting while working on a second project, or a field technician is annotating PDF blueprints in real time, or a student is managing 10 tabs across 3 windows during exam prep. iPadOS 26 doesn't just add new tools. It matures the iPad into a true member of the professional computing family. It's not perfect. There's still work to do. But for the first time, the conversation about replacing your laptop with a tablet isn't hypothetical. It's happening. Quietly, confidently, and beautifully. YouTube title: iPadOS 26. These quiet features might make you quit your MacBook. Clipchamp description: the biggest iPadOS update in years has arrived, and it's not the flashy stuff that matters most. It's the subtle workflow upgrades, persistent window layouts, background task freedom, a redesigned Files app, Mac-style multitasking, and a powerful new preview app that are redefining what iPad users can do. This deep dive explores the hidden productivity tools in iPadOS 26 that are quietly transforming Apple's tablet into a full-blown desktop replacement. If you've ever wondered whether the iPad can finally replace your laptop, this is the video that might convince you.